Hi, I'm Jonathan Morris, and this is my website about the dark web. So, I'd like to start out with what the dark web is itself. And a lot of people confuse it with the deep web, and this is actually just something like maybe even your email or just something you can't really get to using a like Google or Bing, just a regular search engine on the internet. And it's also a small part of the internet and the deepest part of the internet. And some people say it's a pretty scary place to be, but we're about to find out. And it's a bit difficult to access as well. You're going to need to use a site like Tor or something like that to get into it. And Tor is the onion router. And the reason it's called this is because it hides your IP address through just going through multiple IPs, and it just continues to bounce from IP to IP basically every time you click on a different site. Um, it also helps you just like browse anonymously if you don't want to be found, which is good going through the dark internet, or I mean the dark web, considering information can get out on your computer or maybe even get in, like malware or something like that. And then the dark web itself, it's really started out as being just like a social sharing site, maybe some like Twitter or Facebook, but it's clearly gotten a lot bigger than that with all the sites that have gotten on there. But 57% of these sites are supposedly illegal, and 43% of them are not illegal in the U.S. But is accessing the dark web illegal? No, it's not illegal in the U.S. There's plenty of sites on there, maybe like cybersecurity or something like that, that are clearly legal to be on, and it's also not illegal to be on maybe something like the Silk Road, or I know it's been taken down. It's called a bunch of different names now, but it's not illegal just to look at it. But depending on you actually making a purchase or maybe being on a site that you definitely shouldn't be on, something with like child pornography or something horrible like that on it, that's definitely going to be illegal. And also, just depending if you're in the U.S. or maybe somewhere like North Korea, like a dictatorship, that it's going to be illegal to maybe see some things on the dark web that wouldn't be illegal in the U.S. too. So just depending on where you live. And the good about the dark web, the reason I call it a double-edged sword is just there. I mean, as I said earlier, 57% of it's bad, 43% of it's good. But I mean, as I said earlier as well, like people in North Korea or something like that, they're just trying to stay informed, and they're of course they're going to be getting biased information all the time. So if they want to really see what's going on in the world, they could just visit the dark web and see what's actually going on. Also, for people trying to maybe like hide data or just like a crazy thing they saw, they don't want getting out of their computer. Maybe people trying to look through their computer. The dark web's a great place to hide information like that for reporters or journalists. And also accessing sites while remaining anonymous. So everyone freaked out about Facebook, all their information getting out, like where they're staying for the night and stuff like that. So if you're going through it through Tor and the dark web, of course, you're not going to get your information taken out like that. So the bad part of the dark web, there's plenty of bad things on here, but just to name a few, like snuff sites, maybe red rooms is a big thing, hitmen for hire, and drugs and guns. I mean, as I said earlier, it's okay to look through like the Silk Road or something like that, but actually buying the things, that's when it starts to get bad and illegal. And concluding on the dark web, I'd say there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. So, but I mean, some of the good right here is could be used, as I said multiple times now, like at a dictatorship or somewhere like you can't stay informed anywhere else. Going through the dark web is a great place to be able to get information that's unbiased. Also, it helps conceal information getting out or in it to your computer, like your credit cards and or maybe even blackmailing stuff like that. Also, like cybersecurity, there's plenty of sites like that on there. I know, or also like helping reporters with information, getting information out. And then it also could be horrible with like the snuff films and such. And I'd say, I mean, on a legal standpoint, the bad outweighs the good, but I say it's close enough to where it's just really a misunderstood place, and there could be a lot of light shine on the stigma of the dark web. Thank you.